What is going on, D-Bags? I hope you guys are all doing well. We are back at it again with another episode of the Detox Podcast. It's me, your host, Darren Rita. Feel free to connect with me or follow me at any of the links down below. And if you're new here and you enjoy comedy, music, podcasts, consider subscribing. Now, before I introduce my guest and get started with the show, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about car insurance. These days, it seems that we can do more and more from home. So while you're at home, why aren't you saving money on your car insurance? Your hometown agency, Kenosha Auto Insurance, has specialized for years in simple, hassle-free insurance using the latest and touch-free technology to help you get the best rates for you and your family. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today at 262-448-4141. That's 448-4141. The website is kenoshains.com. One more time, that is 262-448-4141. And let them know that Detox sent you. Everybody in your life needs auto insurance. These guys can hook you up. They will get you the best rate. Promise you. Let them know that Detox sent you. They will hook you up. Now, with that being said, I'm really excited to be getting to bring back this week's guest to the show. She made for a great episode last time we had her on. And since then, she's had a little bit of a pivoting, rebrand, and a lot has happened for her. So let's give a wet Detox welcome to Tay Hageman of Midwest Depressed. Clap track. We got to get that figured out, the clap track. How's it going? How are you?
Oh, it's going good. I'm great right now.
First off, I want to say thank you for sharing the new project so heavily and spamming the socials with that. I really appreciate you and everybody else too that was doing it. New project Haze is out everywhere. Go stream that. I really appreciate it for real. From like creator to creator, like that means a lot to do that you did that.
Well, I was honored to have you on my show, which isn't live because I don't have good internet at my house because I live on a farm.
My way there, I thought it was the beginning of that movie Get Out. I was getting a little nervous.
Oh, I thought you get like more of a Children of the Corn vibe.
That too.
So it's not live, but it was awesome to have you on my show. And then I think it aired like 2 weeks later, but that's because we talked about your cool project and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of love on my videos, but that definitely got the most love.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And you're almost at 100 subscribers.
I am. I'm at 92. Midwest Depressed has been a thing since May 1st.
Okay, cool.
So
why don't you I want you to plug the socials right now. We'll plug them again at the end just so that everybody knows where they can go find you to get context of what we're talking about today.
Okay, so wait, do we want to go Why
don't we go the blog and then why don't we go both the YouTube channels? Do you still post to the other one at all?
No, I don't. That's not a thing anymore. The Tay Hageman blog YouTube channel was a fail.
Okay.
It wasn't really a fail, but I was getting hate on there, and I just at the time I could not handle hate, so So, anyways, yeah. So we have Tay Hageman blog, which is just such a creative name. I didn't know what to do, but you can find me on my blog website. It's tayhagemanblog.com. I'm wearing the
She's
shirt.
repping the merch right now.
Repping merch.
We've got it hanging up. It's out of
there.
shot until we get a third camera, but it'll be there soon.
That's okay. But you can find me there. You can find me on Instagram as Tay Hageman Blog, Facebook, Twitter, Tay Hageman Blog, and then you can find me as Midwest Depressed on YouTube. Pretty cool. And then I also have a Instagram for Midwest Depressed as well. Mm-hmm. And Midwest Depressed is also now a podcast.
Sweet. So yes. For my people that saw you last time on the show, they obviously knew you as Tay Hageman blog. That's what they were going and searching up and whatever. Mm-hmm. What led you to like pivoting to Midwest Depressed? Because it's not like a full like rebrand. It's still you. It's still like pretty much the same thing, but you just kind of took it in a different direction. New name, little bit new, stylistically. But what inspired you to do that?
I wasn't happy with what I was doing as Tay Hageman blog on YouTube. I thought that I was not qualified at all to give advice like I was trying to do. I also was still learning a lot about mental health things, and I still am. I always am. I'm always learning new things, especially when I suffer from mental illness. I'm always learning new things. So I just didn't think that the time was right for me to just be able to sit down and just give advice. I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
So with Midwest Depressed, I don't even know how I come up with the name. I think I just started hashtagging my Instagram posts as Midwest Depressed. Mm-hmm. And I thought about just making a t-shirt because I had merch already.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember who suggested it to me. But they suggested I should make that my YouTube name
Yeah.
So before anybody else could. And there actually is somebody else with the name Midwest Depressed, but I have more subscribers than them. So
That's all good.
it's fine.
There's a couple other detox, but they've all stopped dead in their tracks. We're the biggest one now.
Yeah.
So you could suck it, other detox. Fuck you. Fuck you.
So I decided to make Midwest Depressed my YouTube name just so that nobody else could take it.
Yeah.
Really. And I don't want to say it's like really grown, but I think it's more enjoyable to do because I sit down and I talk with interesting people just like you do every week.
Mm-hmm.
But my interesting people are a lot of people who deal with mental issues. I did start a new segment on there called Tay Hegeman Wellness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I called it that. I just didn't think anything else really like, fit just because, I'm Tay Hegeman and, the people who I have on the wellness segments have been through a lot of things. One of my favorite wellness episodes was with my dear friend Alyssa. Alyssa Lilly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna call her something else. Like that's someone else. I'm so sorry, girl. Oh my god, I feel
Yeah.
so bad.
Tough
I know a lot of Alyssas.
Yeah. Tough
And-
to start a sentence with my
Yeah.
dear friend and then mess the name
I'm
up. That
so
would be
sorry.
bad.
I love her though. She is a holistic life and wellness coach
Okay.
out of Indiana.
How'd you get into that?
You gotta watch the
That's fair.
video
That's
if you want to
fair.
figure out.
That's
I
fair.
think you gotta watch the video.
That's fair.
But she has been through hell and back, and that was one of my most favorite videos because she was just so. She turned her shitty life
Mm-hmm.
into a business and a brand, which is something that I want to do.
That's
which is something I
inspiring
am.
to you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is something I am doing.
Yeah.
So
What-
it's- yeah.
When you sit down with someone like that, what
Mhm.
as you hear like the things that they've been through, and maybe some of those things are similar and some of those things are different. In what way, and when you're interviewing people now, because
Mhm.
now that you're doing that,
Yeah.
how do you go about trying to like facilitate the connection with your guest?
Basically, a lot of the people who I have on there read my blog, so they
Mhm.
kind of know what's going on. We're able to connect because of our similar experiences with Alyssa, for example. We've had a lot of the same experiences with sexual assault,
Mm-hmm.
and sorry to get heavy, but we've had a lot of those same experiences. So it's been able to. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
You can relate.
Yeah, it's very relatable.
Mm-hmm.
It's we can make it relatable, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So how do you go about choosing then the people you do? I know you said for the wellness ones, you like to, people that have been through a lot of shit,
yes.
people that maybe, turn it around or, maybe they're still struggling with it,
Mhm.
whatever. But for your other interesting people, how do you decide who you would like to have on the show and who you end up having?
So I think it just depends on whose content I see. A lot of the times, well, not a lot of the times, but a few of the times I have like post on my Instagram story, like the loser that I am, like, hey, who wants to be on my YouTube show? And so then people will be like, yes, and I'll go look them up and I'll see what they offer.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, you're cool. Do you want to be on my interesting people segment? Or like I have a bunch of friends who still have to be on my show, like Macy.
Mm-hmm.
Macy.
What the fuck's going on with Macy? Why is she
She
slacking?
has a kid, so she has an excuse. Henry could be on the show
It's a
too.
fair excuse.
He's a cute kid. Brendan, I told him he has to be on the show.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, you gotta
Brendan,
do it,
Brendan's
buddy.
here in the studio.
He
Shout
is.
out, Brendan.
Yep. Other than that, it's just people who I connect with really in the blogging community. Because the great thing about the blogging community is that people write about anything and everything, and I have learned so much. So it's really cool, especially for interesting people. Like, I had somebody on the show. She's under interesting people because she's more of a lifestyle blogger, and she did a lot of stuff with like theater. And she does a lot of stuff with like book reviews. Her name is Jen. I love her. She also admins a Facebook group that she's like a moderator in the Facebook group that I admin. So,
Yeah.
she just,
Subtle flex right there.
I'm sorry. Well, you can't join it unless you're a blogger. So sorry, guys.
Oof. It's exclusive.
It is.
Exclusivity.
It's called Bloggers United. So I don't think you want to be a part of it anyways. Unless
That's
you're going to
fair.
start a detox blog.
What? No, that's okay. I think I'm all right. What goes on in a blogger Facebook?
Oh, it's so fun.
Is it just like you guys just share each other's
No,
blogs?
actually,
or?
so a lot of stuff that goes with blogging is you join these groups and you do get to find people who are in your same niche, I guess. And it's actually really hard for me to find people in my niche because people don't just normally share mental health stuff, and I do.
Yeah.
Because that's what I can relate to. I used to try to say, like, oh yeah, I'm a mental health and lifestyle blogger.
Yeah.
That wasn't really working that well for me. I had no lifestyle stuff to give.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna tell you how to do what is it, skincare routine or that kind of stuff. I'm not doing it.
That's fair.
So I got to be exposed to a lot more bloggers. The great thing about these Facebook groups is that people give tips and advice. Also, you get a lot of like follow threads. So like people post like, okay, so you have to follow people if they drop their link. So I'll get a lot of followers from there, and they mostly are all genuine followers. I mean, a lot of time it's because they have to follow you back.
Yeah.
But it's helped me gain followers, get exposure. It's really nice. You meet friends. I've met a lot of friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm sure you meeting people in your niche or even just that blog. I'm sure you can find a lot of similarities there.
You can, yeah.
What's something that you've learned about yourself in doing the interesting person interviews and whatnot?
Something that I learned from myself.
Like from interviewing people that you get.
I'm bad at interviewing people. That's one thing I learned. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Oh God.
I thought it was fine. I thought the interview we did was fine. I thought it was good.
Well, I know you, so that's why it was okay.
That's fair.
Okay. Also, by the way, I'm gonna plug the YouTube again. Go check out my interview with Darren because I'm the first interview that he like ever actually did.
That is true.
Yeah.
I've got another one coming up, but you beat him to the punch. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
First
did.
one. First one. And shout out. And yo, I know we have a lot of listeners now on Spotify. So if you're listening to Spotify, make sure you start tuning in live Monday nights so you can get in the chat. And shout out to the people in the live chat right now. If you want to jump into the conversation, feel free to let me know in the chat. I check that shit, so let me know.
I know I have it up for the first time. Last time I didn't have it up, and now I have it up.
Yeah.
I also wanted to make sure my hair looked okay.
That's fair. That's fair. So what have you learned from getting to talk to other people and ask them questions?
Oh, I've learned how to be a better interviewer, if that kind of counts. I mean,
That's fair. That's a weak answer.
I know it's weak, but a lot of the time when I like sit down to interview people, it's like the first time I ever talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's got to be a little intimidating.
It is intimidating.
I know how that is.
It is intimidating. What's really intimidating is sitting down in front of a camera and doing it yourself. That's why I don't like to do this. That's why I'm doing all this interesting people stuff, because I just don't want to do it. But I'm learning how to.
Be more comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah, definitely,
Gotcha.
definitely.
Yeah. See, with me and in interviewing people, it's interesting because, like you said, there's a lot of times where I'm giving, especially like this is where I reside, so it's like I'm telling people like, yo, here's my address, come here. The first time I've ever met them, right? And then just showing up and trying to have a conversation with them for an hour. So sometimes it's definitely a little bumpy towards the beginning.
I've done a lot of mine over Zoom, so I think that's another thing where it's really hard to make a personal connection with people over a webcam.
Yeah.
That's why I also haven't started therapy either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually been looking into getting involved with some therapy, but I don't want to do it if it's gonna be over over Skype or Zoom or anything.
Exactly.
I just don't think it's the same. I don't know. Plus, I've never been to therapy, so I'd rather do it right the first time I do it. But when it came to interviewing, I think something that like I really get out of it is it's just really interesting to see that everybody's brains work differently. Like a lot of times when I write these questions, or I even a lot of episodes when I don't have questions written, I'll ask
questions written.
I'll ask things because I'll ask like a couple of questions where it's like I forget what they call it in interviewing, but basically I'll ask a couple of questions to warm them up. And those ones I expect the answer. Like I already kind of know what they're going to say. And sometimes people just throw you off right away. And I think that's really cool because you just see that people think about things very differently, and doesn't mean they're right, but people think about things very differently, and it's been cool to get to enjoy that with different people every week for me.
Oh, for sure. I learn a lot of cool things, but I mean mostly I talk with people. Like I did mention that one who did theater. I was a theater kid growing up. I tried to be until like freshman year of high school, and then that didn't really work out. I wasn't the best singer.
You were doing theater in grade school?
Grade school, middle school. When I was in 8th grade, guys, I got the lead role in the school play. Just saying.
What play was it?
Like best Christmas pageant ever. I played the mom. Actually, the mom was the lead role though.
I never heard of it. Never heard of that
It's something stupid. I went to Catholic school.
That's fair. That sounds like a Catholic school play.
It was actually kind of. I did have the most lines, and actually, she was like, it's a movie too.
Okay.
So she was like the lead character actually.
See,
So
usually theater kids like stop after high school, so that's what I was confused.
well, I stopped. I was in the Neverending Story when I was a freshman in high school, and then that ended my theater career.
Why is that?
I don't.
You just weren't feeling it.
I wanted to be in musicals, and I wasn't in choir, so I wasn't good enough to be in the musicals because I wasn't in choir. I was a band kid.
So you just couldn't hit those high notes while dancing.
I don't. I like to sing. I like to. I think I'm okay at it. I've posted videos of me singing with like my friend Amber, and I haven't trained my voice.
Yeah.
I never have trained my voice. Now we're working on it more because I want to take Midwest Depression another aspect of things.
Whoa.
But
getting broad. You're gonna add music into it.
Just a little bit. I mean, like, I don't care. I would love to do covers of music. I always like to do that.
Yeah.
Plus, I have people in my life who can play the guitar and teach me how to play because I bought one and I don't know how to play it.
Yeah. I'm steadily learning how to play Bob Marley's Three Little Birds right now. So it's been like 3 weeks. I kind of didn't play it at all last week because I was getting ready for the release and everything. But
for sure,
been trying to learn that. What I want to know. So since the last time we talked, your IG has grown exponentially now.
Yes.
You just passed 2,000 followers today.
Yes, that was today.
Congrats on that. So what strategies do you have for people to grow their Instagram? If they're a blogger, if they're whatever.
If they're a blogger, I would definitely recommend joining Facebook groups. I really would. You find followers, you participate in the threads, and then they actually become genuine followers and they read your stories and all this kind of stuff. Basically the only other thing I do is I hashtag.
Yeah.
I use every hashtag that comes to my mind, but Instagram only lets you have 30.
Okay, so you're hitting 30 every time.
So I try to hit 30, but I'm not gonna just like put like a random word in I'm not doing that. I always tag mine like blog, blogger, Wisconsin blogger. A really good one that has gotten me following is Bloggers of Wisconsin.
Okay.
And then that's also an Instagram page that features Bloggers of Wisconsin. But other than that, use your 30 hashtags. Yeah. Do it. It's gonna get you places.
Who's your favorite? Because being in those, you have to follow people too. Then, right? Yep. Who's like maybe been a surprise, or even just maybe that didn't surprise you? Just your favorite blog that you've discovered from being a part of the community.
My Soul Bomb is my favorite.
Okay, well, explain for us that don't know who she is.
Okay, so Maria Black, I love her. I did an interview with her too for my channel. That is not out yet. I think that comes out next week. I don't know. It's whatever.
Eventually, it'll be there.
Eventually, it will be there. I love her so much. She is also a mental health blogger. She featured me actually on her blog, so I'm on her blog as well. This was when Midwest Depressed was like a really new thing because the link on there is the interview with Tador.
Okay.
That's how kind of old it is. But I remember she posted in a Facebook group, one of the Facebook groups, and asked if there were any people who would be interested in being featured, and she had a Google Doc that you fill out, kind of like you did with the
dating show thing a while back.
With the dating show thing, and then the other stuff, voting for the
for the awards,
special,
yeah.
And I filled it out just thinking like, I'm not gonna.
You gotta shoot your shot.
I'm not gonna get featured. And then when I fill out every question. In full honesty, like I always tell my stories and my posts on Instagram, she just loved it. And she featured me. She wrote a really nice post. And ever since then, I've been such a great follow of hers. Because she has, she's overcome so much. Yeah. Really, as somebody who suffers from mental illness, she has overcome so much and is just able to actually give advice to people and write great articles. So that's something that like I am not capable of doing yet.
What's the best advice you've ever been given, either by a blog or by somebody, about mental health or even just life?
My best advice actually came from yesterday from my great aunt Kim, and I'm gonna find it on Instagram. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because great aunt Kim left me a novel on my post.
Well, you could summarize it for us.
Hold on, I gotta find it. Great aunt Kim, shout out to you in San Diego. How's shit going, girl?
Great aunt Kim, shout out to you. Shout out to you with the fresh that she just topped all the other life advice just yesterday. That's breaking records.
It was
history
novel.
in the making.
it needs to load. But basically, so I posted a blog post yesterday called Lazy, Unmotivated, and Angry.
Yes.
If you have depression like I do, and as many, many, many people do, you probably hear those words a lot. And that is how I started off the Instagram post. And I know I'm just kind of riffing off of that. But
Yeah.
when you have depression, you actually hear the word lazy a lot.
Yeah.
And angry. And what I wrote in the post was how I was so scared to get on an antidepressant because I have seen the effects of antidepressants on people.
Yeah.
And it turns them into literal zombies.
Yeah, I
Some
was reading
people,
that in
not
the-
everybody. Specific example, I was not seeing this guy per se, but I was seeing this guy
Face-to-face interaction.
Face-to-face interaction, yeah.
Yep.
And we were literally sitting there, and I remember him looking over to me and saying, "I don't enjoy anything." And that was after he took his antidepressant, and that really made me think. Because at the time, this was pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been before I was even on the show the first time. I don't even remember. I think there was snow on the ground, honestly.
Okay.
Might have been.
This was a while back.
Yeah, this is a while back. This has been a while. That's when I was thinking about going and like getting on an antidepressant, and that completely scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And so she just gave me like the best advice, saying that being 21 and 22 is like such a critical time where we need to figure our shit out, and we need to take the necessary steps to be able to take care of ourselves. Because, you know, we think we're young and invincible and that this shit that's going on in our head is normal when it really isn't.
Yeah.
She said, what did she say here? She didn't read about her mental health, like get into it until like her 30s.
Yeah.
And that's like, I don't want to say kind of late, but I guess maybe that's regrettable for her.
Yeah.
Because she said that she didn't start taking anti-anxiety medication until she was 32.
Yeah.
So she was living 32 years of life feeling like shit. And she just basically said, go get your antidepressant, anti-anxiety medication, do what you have to do, and if you're not feeling right with the medication, it's okay to switch it. It's okay to go and tell your doctor, hey, this isn't working for me. I don't like how I feel.
Yeah.
And left me a book. Oh my God, I'm trying to see here. Are you looking at this?
So
like,
if you had to summarize it, then it would just be to do what's best.
She's also saying I don't advocate you to take drugs, really.
She's just saying to try do whatever you can to
Mhm.
do to get a hold of your mental health now, as opposed to waiting.
I wish
right?
I wish I could read this whole thing to you, but you guys would stop listening.
So I know you mentioned and you kind of just touched on it, but when you were starting up there, but this was in your last post that depression is often misunderstood as laziness, right?
Yep.
So why don't you elaborate on that for our audience?
I go through depressive episodes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And no hate to my mom. I love my mom so much. I absolutely love her. She's great.
My mom's all right.
I love your mom. Hello. Your mom is great. She sent me home with a bunch of food last time I saw her, though, so that's why I think I love her so much, because she sent me home with like a plate of food.
Who wants a review? Mom review. We'll do it. Maybe we hit 600 subs. I'll do a mom review on my mom. So
Okay.
We'll see.
So, my mom always called me lazy. She's like, you are lazy. What is going on with you? Why are you living in filth? Why are you not taking care of yourself? Why are you not showering?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I'm not lazy. I'm depressed. And she just didn't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had no idea.
Can you be depressed and be lazy?
I don't think so. Honestly, I'm not a lazy person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be lazy.
Yeah.
I hate it. I don't like living in filth.
But then when you have depressive
Depressive episodes take over for like, I was looking into it because I was writing about depressive episodes, and then I didn't want to exclusively make it for depressive episodes. This is a completely different post than what I posted yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking into it, and a depressive episode is something that lasts like 2 weeks or more.
Mm.
So like you can be going through depression and be like, okay, I feel like shit for a few days. That's not an episode. But
Yeah.
a depressive episode is going to go on for about like 2 weeks. So I get those quite often.
Yeah.
Quite often, actually.
What do you think kind of like sparks that up? Like what do you think triggers that?
Past trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of past trauma. There's
And
a ton.
does it just creep up on you randomly, or are there
Yeah.
certain things that you can do? Like how do you work to keep it under control?
It's hard.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
mean, I
keep-
don't think it's easy. That's for sure.
No, I mean, I keep it under control when I work my 8 to 5 job. I keep it under control.
So staying busy helps.
Yep, staying busy helps. I get home, and if I'm not doing anything, it just creeps. It just creeps up in the back of my mind. I remember one. I don't know if I want. Oh, I don't know if I want to get here yet. Never mind. I'll wait. I will wait
Okay.
to tell this story.
Don't-
I will wait because I feel like we'll get into this a little bit more. So I
Yeah.
will wait. But you know, just sitting there and not doing anything really does trigger it. I think being lazy does trigger your depression. So I think that laziness and loneliness is
Yeah.
a depressed person's like worst enemy.
I believe that. I see that. I mean, I know just from personal experience, and maybe not. And I mean, I think I've had a little bit of run-ins with depression, but I know that it's even in just fitness, right? It's really hard if you stop working out and you stop doing anything after, like, let's say you work 9 to 5 job, and you usually work out either before that or after that. If you take a couple weeks off, and then all of a sudden, like, you just really don't want to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you get home. Now you're like, oh, I don't want to move. I just want to do whatever.
I took a few days off from my blog,
Mhm.
and I was texting Brendan like I think this whole weekend, and was like, I don't want to write.
Yeah.
I don't know what to write.
Yeah.
I don't want to work on it. What
Mm-hmm.
should I write? And then he told me what to write, and that way I already have a post like that started.
Yeah. There you go. Shout out again.
Yeah.
What? So I know that for me too. I know I think I mentioned it when I was on your show
Yeah.
that beginning of this year, once COVID and everything happened, I lost some relationships that I really cared about, and I think because of that, like, that was something that too, like, you get those blocks of creativity where it's like, shit, dude, I don't want to write music right now.
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly.
I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to make
Yeah.
another thumbnail today. Fuck
I
that.
hate making thumbnails. I have to do it for my Facebook group,
Mm-hmm.
and they messaged me today, the 2 other admins, and they're like, "Hey, can you send us those? I'm like, I didn't do it yet,
Yeah.
but also I had wisdom teeth surgery, so
That's
Friday.
a valid excuse.
So I think it's a valid excuse too.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair.
They told me it was a valid excuse, so I'm like, I'm sorry. I will get to it as soon as possible. So we were supposed to start that new stuff today, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
And so you said, kind of getting back to your post, you said that my smile now means I'm in control, right?
Yeah.
Instead of hiding behind,
Yeah.
hiding behind a smile. Now it means that you're in control.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you just elaborate on that a little bit too, and like
Okay.
what goes into that, and how you're able to go from smiling to not really give it attention and to kind of hide behind it, to now you do it because you want to. Now you're in control of things.
I used to hide a lot of shit from people. I mean, do you guys? I mean, obviously people read my blog, so it's like now I'm not, but all that stuff was going on, and I was hiding all these things just behind like this fake smile and everything that was going on up here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason why I'm saying that I'm in control with my smile is that because I don't have to hide stuff anymore from anybody. My life's an open book. I am able to be in control by telling my story and, kind of feeling better. I think the reason why before I didn't feel like I was in control is because I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
I didn't feel good at all because I was hiding so much from my family, my friends, people at work. I honestly will say, like, talk about stuff at work. I've talked about stuff before like this.
Yeah.
There. And not feeling good up here
Yeah.
made me feel like I wasn't in control of my life, and being able to share my story and make a difference and reach people has made me feel better. So it makes me feel like I'm in control of what's going on now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you. I mean, it's sort of like it's like venting, but on a at scale, right? Because you're venting to
I
a
like
lot
to
of
say
people.
that my blog is kind of like a journal.
Mhm.
That's what I like to say, because I talk about a lot of my own experiences
Yeah.
with a few, and now starting to do like how-tos,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's important to be able to give tips on like how to be. I'm working on a post like how to be a good friend to somebody who is suffering from a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people could benefit from that
Most definitely.
post. I think I posted one about how to break a trauma bond, because I figured out that me and my ex were traumatically bonded. So then
nice.
so I had to like starve the narcissist, which is fun to do. They don't like that.
Why don't you elaborate on that? How do you starve a narcissist?
Oh, let me get on the post. I'm sorry. It's like, let me get on there.
Well, what do you think? We'll go off the top of your head without the post.
I don't remember what
That's,
I wrote.
that's fair.
I'm so sorry.
She writes a lot of stuff.
I write
that's
a
fair.
lot of. I write a lot, and now it's more elaborate than it used to be. Because it used to be Instagram exclusive, and now it's not. So I have to remember what my tips were because I had specific tips, and these tips were golden. They were great.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, have dealt with at least a narcissist in their life.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure a lot of
and we were
people-
talking about that earlier. So okay, so I found self-worth because I was told that I was a piece of shit,
Okay.
that I was psychotic.
How'd you find self-worth? How do you go about doing
Kind
that?
of figuring out that I'm not a piece of shit and that I'm not psychotic.
So you just gotta.
You just gotta believe in yourself, man. You just gotta love yourself. It's hard. It is so hard. But when you finally just decide to just like kind of not listen to the haters out there, you just feel so much better.
Yeah.
I showed no emotions towards him.
Yeah.
I
Because they need narcissistic supply. They need you to.
They want you to.
They need you
be
to react.
They want a reaction from you so bad.
Yeah.
My reaction that I used to give him was he would always message me why, nothing else. Like I'd say something to him. I'd say something to him like, "Leave me alone. You and I are done. Why?" And I'd get so angry.
Yeah.
I just stopped doing that. Like because you and I are done. That would be it. It wouldn't be like I used to want to text him all caps and like all the exclamation points like
And all the reasons why. And
I actually had to give him the reasons why yesterday. So
Oh, man.
I did actually. I had to.
why?
I absolutely
Why
had
did you
to.
have to?
Because he asked me why I wanted to sue him. And
Okay, that's fair.
I said A, B, and C. This is why. Do you need any other explanation?
So you're gonna sue him
No, probably.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
if things.
We'll see.
continue.
If he doesn't leave me alone, I
Yeah.
probably will.
Leave her alone, man.
So, right, exactly. Please. I feel like I'm scaring him off. He's sitting right here, and I feel like I'm scaring him. Anyway, so then what else I would do is like if he would text me, I'd give him short responses, like we're done.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I know it's kind of short, just stuff like that. I also said like I haven't seen him for a year now.
Yeah.
I have not. He has not been face to face with me for a year, even though he has tried to see me.
Yeah.
So if he would ask to see me, I'd say no, and so I could have no interaction with him at all. Try
Gotcha.
to no face to face interaction,
Yeah.
cause then shit can happen. I mean, I've touched base in my blog about how abusive he was. I don't want that to happen anymore. I don't want him to touch me. I don't want the opportunity for him to try to. Because what he used to do was try to fix things. I don't know how. This is kind of weird, but he tried to fix things with sex.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't want that to happen. I want no interaction where that can possibly happen for you to touch me in that way ever again.
Yeah.
Don't want that. So no, we're not hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to ultimately stop contacting him.
Yeah.
It has not gone like he has not stopped contacting me.
Yeah.
But I have stopped contacting him. So
That's pretty much how you did it.
yeah, it's called starving the narcissist.
When did you first kind of start realizing that was it not until after the fact that you kind of realized that this person was a narcissist, or was it did you like catch any of the signs?
During I
Gotcha.
had no idea he was a cheater. Figured
Yeah.
that out. During I just thought that he was just some messed up guy who just needed to be by himself.
Mm-hmm.
When he broke up with me.
Yeah.
But then later on, I had to use a lot of reflection and a lot of thinking back when I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks, but sometimes you have to just look back on it, even though you really don't want to. You just have to figure out what was going on. And then this is where I was talking about, like, it creeps up on you. I was laying in bed one night, and then that's when I figured out that he was, like, physically abusive to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's normal.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's not normal. So, I figured out a lot of this stuff after the fact, especially after he started dating the current girlfriend that he has now.
Okay.
That's when I figured out, wow, this is like super abusive, because it went up until the end of last summer. I was still seeing him face to face.
Yeah.
And then I had no idea that it was until I stopped seeing him face to face. That's when I realized what was going on and what happened to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I know narcissism, it's a really tricky like mental health disorder that people have, and it's like I forgot what doctor I was hearing talk about it recently, where they said that like you can't really diagnose. They can't diagnose a narcissist. It's the only like actual diagnosis is like narcissistic personality disorder, and those are people that like are trying to get help about it. So like people like that, like actual narcissists, are like nobody.
He thinks he does no wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's one of the things. And I actually
disgusting.
was reading that a lot of people call it like the secondhand smoke of mental health. That it's so bad for you to be around someone that is a narcissist because it takes so much out of you.
It takes so much out of you. You have no. I mean, maybe.
Well, it's
you
like driving in a car with someone just chain smoker with the windows down. That's how bad it is for you, mental health wise.
Yeah, you have no. It's awful to be around that. To be on the receiving end from text messages, it's just disgusting. It is the most disgusting. I hate to say, but he's just like one of the most disgusting humans I've ever met, because he just thinks that everything he does is okay. Yeah. And he's doing this behind somebody else's back, which makes it even more disgusting, because I'm like, you did this to me. You did this to somebody else. Yeah. Are you not realizing this is a pattern?
Yeah, these people will, they will
repeat offend.
Yeah, well, and they'll lie. That's the thing. Like, lying isn't really. They'll say whatever they need to say in one situation to get to the next situation, and then could totally do an about face in that next confrontation if they have to. Just do whatever they have to do, say whatever they have to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's narcissists are no fun.
No, stay away from them.
Absolutely. So you know, getting into the how-tos, then kind of staying with that.
Sure.
What are some of like the most common things that like people will message you, kind of asking for advice for, or just reaching out for in general?
Well, I don't get a lot of advice, or people ask me for advice, because I don't give it that much. I've only done.
So has anybody ever asked and you're just like, no, fuck that, I'm not responding?
No. If somebody asks me for advice, I try my best, but every single time I say I am not a medical professional. Yeah. I am just somebody who shares their story. I have no license to practice therapy. This is my life that I put out there.
That's an important disclaimer to do.
Yes,
smart.
Yes. Yeah. I had one person message me about that, and I said, actually, it's on my website, and it is on my website under my About Me page. Yeah. I did put it there, because I didn't at first, and I was getting like really, really, really weird like emails.
people asking for help, and
not even like mental health help. Like, it was actually like actual like health help. And I'm like, I am not a doctor, okay? Yeah. So I had to cut that. Yeah. I'm like, okay, no. So I think not the one that I posted yesterday, but the one about the trauma bond. Yeah. And Starby the narcissist. I did put on there that I am not a professional. I think I did. I hope I did. I should have.
Let's hope so.
I think.
Well, you set the record straight here, so it's all good.
Okay. Well, I'm not a professional, guys. I just deal with this shit on a daily basis.
Gotcha.
But basically, people just ask me, do you have any tips on how to deal with my depression? And I will just say, find an activity that you like to do and stick with it. Read a book, watch a good movie, or go for a walk, go outside, go hang out with your friends. Yeah. If you need me, I'm here to talk to you. You want to go get a cup of coffee? If it's somebody like that's near to me, because most of the time it's mostly people who are in like the Janesville area. Yeah. Who will reach out to me. If you want to go get a cup of coffee, let's talk. If you feel like you're gonna harm yourself, don't. Let's chat. Let me help you as best I possibly can. Yeah. And we get to that part where they're like, okay, I feel better.
Yeah. So would you say depression is like maybe the mental health topic you're most passionate about, or is it something else?
The mental health topic that I'm most passionate about, yes, but I have been posting a lot of other things lately about like domestic violence and stuff like that. Yeah. That's what my passion project has been now. Yeah. But I've been trying to do both.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, and domestic abuse isn't really, it's not as necessarily mental. I mean, the after effects definitely, PTSD and everything is definitely mental.
Yeah, I deal with that on a daily basis as well, but I have not been able to get the words out. I really don't know much about PTSD, and I need to go to therapy and figure it out, but I deal with that all the time.
Yeah. And so is that something, obviously, saying with the disclosure and everything, or full disclosure that like you're not a professional, would you at one point or at one point or another want to become certified in any way to help people?
I would like to. I want to go back to college and be a social worker. I
Yeah.
really would like to do that. I just know that our system is so fucked.
That is
in the
very
state
true.
in the state of Wisconsin, our social work system is so fucked. Our foster care system is awful. We need to figure out how to fucking take care of it.
No, we absolutely
We
do.
need to
You're
make
right.
it. My big thing
My
is
mom was
that-
a social worker for a long time.
Yeah, my big
not
thing
good.
is, we wouldn't have so many kids in foster care if we made adoption affordable. So let's fucking do that so that we can get all these kids out of foster care and get our fucking system better. Sorry,
Yeah.
that is my rant.
No, that makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand
From the adopted kid, make adoption affordable.
how much is adoption? Is it different on depending on where you go?
I think it was like $30,000, yo. I straight up think so.
I mean,
My sister and I are both adopted though, so
I will say
we went also through Lutheran Social Services. My parents did, so it was like a private. It's really expensive because you have to apply for it,
yeah.
and the application I think was
I
like.
mean, I get like the whole vetting process. I think that's important.
And
but
then
like,
there's legal fees with it because remember, you don't just get handed the kid and it's your kid. You actually have to like go and like.
become their
Yeah, you
guardian.
actually have to go and become their like legal guardian. You have to go to court for it.
Yeah, that's
My
crazy.
my birth dad just showed up to the legal thing, signed the paper, and left. Shout out to you, Ravon.
Ravon.
Yep. His name's Phil, actually.
Oh,
Goes
where-
by Ravon. He makes leatherworks in his attic.
nice.
Yep.
He's killing it.
Yep.
He's killing it. That's weird. That's interesting. I mean, the fact that 30,000 definitely is a lot, but at the same time, to me, it is weird to like value a life at any amount of money. Like,
We were also newborns. I think those are more expensive.
that's so fucked, dude. That is so. It's like, I mean, 30K is a lot of money, but like,
Think about
how
it.
much was your new car? How much was your new car? It was like 20, 30, 30.
You have to
So
think
it's
about
like,
it. So this is
it's
the way
a-
I
it's a
I
car,
think about
dude,
it is so when I was born, I was actually kept.
yeah.
So set up, whole adoption was set up.
Mhm.
It set in place. My parents are gonna adopt me, right? My birth mom changed her mind. 6
Okay.
weeks later,
Just change your mind
she
back.
changed her mind back, and Raven became Taylor. So here I am now. Yeah. My given name at birth was Raven.
Okay.
I've told you this before, haven't
Dude,
I?
I don't think you have.
Oh,
no.
shit.
So you like got it legally changed?
Yeah.
They have to legally change your name?
Yeah. So think about it. Like 6 weeks, I was somebody else's kid, and then you have to go to court and like, no, this is my kid now, and I'm gonna change her name because Raven sucks.
And you're like, this is your
I
final
used to
final
have,
form.
I used to have blonde hair. I don't have naturally like dark hair.
Do you think that happened when they changed the name? They just flipped a switch?
No, I think a little blonde girl named Raven would be really weird looking. I don't know. I get it with the black hair. Like people are all like, "Oh, I can see it." I'm like, "Remember, I don't have naturally black hair."
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. That's interesting. Well, I
Mhm.
mean, I'm sure you're happy with your family. So
I
it worked
am.
out,
I am
yeah.
very blessed, and I am very privileged to have the life that I have.
Mhm.
Minus all of the mental health issues that
Yeah.
I genetically got from
Mhm.
her.
Yeah, it's you're absolutely right though about everything with the adoption system. I had no idea that it was $30,000.
I don't know if it's that much, but my sister and I were both adopted, so maybe I feel like
Yeah, can you
Feel-
Google that, McKenna?
yeah,
So we
you
know?
should because I don't. But we also went through I think they went through a private.
Which should probably be more money as
yeah,
well.
because private schools,
Yeah.
private anything is more expensive, so they went through like a Christian-based
Yeah.
adoption.
It can be up to 40,000
It can be
Yeah.
up to $40,000
for one child.
for one kid.
That an international kid, because then you got to fly him over here.
Jesus Christ, dude, that is insane.
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, and I here's the one thing I do get that like I feel like you don't want to necessarily just be signing kids up to go live in shitty homes or people that maybe can't afford to have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think like if you're right on that verge of like you definitely could afford having a kid,
Mhm.
as time goes on, $30,000 up front, and then pay for the kid to live for until they're 18. Like that's a little ridiculous.
My parents had money.
Yeah, well, I mean that's great in your case that it worked out, but like you were saying,
that's
I
what
feel
happens when you like work for Oprah. I guess you get some money. I don't know.
like that's fair. That is
I
fair.
don't know.
Worked for Oprah?
I told you know this.
I don't know this.
You know this.
You-
You've been to my
I've-
house how many times?
I've been to your house. I had no idea they worked for Oprah.
My mom used to work for Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, she was her flight attendant.
What's your mom's maiden name?
Maiden name?
Yeah.
Weber?
Does her dad live in Lake Geneva? Is her dad still around?
No, her dad lives in Florida,
Okay.
and
'cause-
she's from Jersey.
okay. There's a guy I knew that when I worked in Lake Geneva would
Mhm.
come in, and his daughter worked for Oprah like for a long time.
Really? Yeah.
And he didn't believe like for her first day when she got like the internship, he was telling me this
Well,
story.
my mom was her flight attendant on her private airplane.
Okay, that's pretty sick. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. But so this
I'm
girl.
not lying. I straight up, there's way better people to flex on than Oprah Winfrey.
No, I don't think that there is actually. I think
I
Oprah's
know
a pretty
Oprah
big
Winfrey
flex.
sucks.
Oprah's dope as
I'm
fuck.
sorry, I hate Oprah.
Why do you hate Oprah?
I have a personal reason to hate Oprah. She took my mom away from me, so ha.
Just like because she had work.
Yeah, my mom would be like 2 weeks in Africa. Hey, I'm gonna go to Nelson Mandela's house. I'm gonna go to
that's
Africa
fucking
for 2
dope.
weeks.
What are you hating for?
I didn't have them. Yeah, my parents were gone a lot during my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
That's traumatic.
Going and balling with Oprah.
I don't know. It's kind of traumatic if you think about it. I mean, my dad's a pilot as well, not for Oprah, but he was a Delta pilot.
Okay.
So my dad flew a 747. So they were gone a lot. I
Yeah.
I
No,
had
I can
I had
understand.
nannies growing up.
I can understand how that
So
would be hard.
it's just, I have a personal reason to not like Oprah. I don't really watch her in the media, so I don't care about that shit. I don't care.
I just know she's like wicked nice. That's it. I mean, hopefully nothing Ellen comes out about Oprah. So
And then you see my head shaking.
she's not nice.
No, not really.
Interesting.
Sorry, Oprah.
Sorry, Oprah. I don't think
Ouch.
I don't think she's tuning into Detox every Monday night. So
That's
we're
fine. I
we're
don't
okay.
care.
So I want to get it now. Moving ahead to some of your newer projects you're working
Yes.
on. So I want you to explain your partnership with the the YWCA.
Okay, so it's not really. I want it to turn into a partnership. I kind of want to work there now, but we'll see
Gotcha.
what happens.
What is
after.
what does it stand
It's a
for?
domestic abuse and violence shelter. They also work to like end racism, so they're really cool. I don't know what it stands for. I have no idea because there's not anywhere. I cannot.
Gotcha.
Find it.
That's fair.
I cannot find
They're
it.
just a random letters put together.
Hey, maybe it is.
YWCA.
I don't
Okay,
know
so
what
check
it's.
it
I
out.
mean, you want to know what? I set up the fundraiser. That's people can help me out with figuring out what the name is.
Okay.
Oh look, she's looking it up. YWC.
Young Women's Association. Christian Association.
Oh, it is a Christian association.
That's what I
guess.
thought because I looked it up. That's why I asked.
I
one
don't
time.
know.
Wait, that doesn't make sense though, because it's YW and then it says it's World.
Young World. What?
Isn't
See,
it
is
I
that a
don't know.
Wikipedia page? Because those are open to interpretation.
That's fair.
No, so I decided to do a fundraiser for the YWCA of Rock County because I wanted to help my community out in
Mhm.
some way, and I don't like the Humane Society right now. So I'm not getting into it.
Okay.
I
don't
don't like
have
the
to.
Humane Society right now. So basically, I actually wanted to choose something that I kind of related with. And with being a domestic violence survivor, I thought that what better way to help my community out and help women and children out than to have a fundraiser and be able to give them something.
Yeah.
Give them hope, give them, just I want to do way more. I think in the Christmas time I'm going to do some type of toy drive, or I'm going to
Yeah.
try to. I have to see what's going on with it.
Mm.
Cuz our go away. Ew. Our Salvation Army Coach for Kids got canceled this year.
Okay.
So I don't like that. I helped one year. I donated and I actually went and I worked the coat drive, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that for the Salvation Army. I would do it for the YWCA. I do it for House of Mercy, and House of Mercy is another women's shelter in Janesville.
Okay.
It is so sad to see all these people come in and get coats and boots and mittens for their children, and they got coats for themselves, and you saw a family walk in and you helped them out, and you'd hear their stories, and you're just like, this is sad. Or they kind of didn't smell the best because they didn't have access to a house with running water, or it just really kind of opened my eyes that my community, even though it's a great community to live in, kind of actually does have people who are less fortunate than myself. I grew up being very privileged. I was talking to Brendan on the way here that I feel like I was the definition of the privileged child
Yeah.
growing up. and that's a huge topic right now,
Mhm.
privilege.
Yeah.
Not trying to get into it, but you know, I've realized with my privilege that I'm able to help other people, and that's what I wanted to do with the YWCA.
Yeah.
Is just be able to help women, especially people who have gone through stuff that I've gone through.
So like what I guess so I that would probably answer my next question, which
Mhm.
was like what sort of fulfillment do you get in putting together an event like that, which is probably getting to use your privilege for good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what with COVID and everything, everything's still going to be okay. It's how's the venue? I know you had to switch in venue and everything.
Yeah, switch venue. I don't know. No hate.
So where is the place and what times people can
So
know
it
when to
is
go?
going to be at Russ's Park Place. It is, I don't know the address, but it's in Janesville, Wisconsin. It's on Racine Street. It's by Craig High School. Craig High School is right in the backyard of it.
Mhm.
It is. Oh God, what it is? September 12th from 4 to 8.
Okay.
It's gonna be really cool.
What can people expect from the fundraiser?
There's gonna be live music. I have some raffle baskets. A really cool silent auction that my dad gave out, which is a day of fishing up in his neck of the woods up north. It's like a $500 value. So we have a cool silent auction.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom's gonna sell her homemade jam that she made, and I'm gonna try
Nice.
to get rid of the Tay Hegeman blog mugs and give the money to the YWCA because nobody wants the mugs. So
Damn. It's fair. We're not moving too many mugs either, so it's all good.
I'll take a mug.
Yeah, I don't sell them. There's only 2. So.
It's fine.
um.
It's fine.
So
I was just trying to be nice.
that's fair. That's fair. What so like what maybe something moving forward or something that maybe you already have been doing. What's something mental health related that's like inspiring you right now?
I don't know if it's really mental health related, but I found this. Well, it is kind of. I mean, domestic violence and abuse is all
Yeah.
together in a way. I found this great nonprofit organization called Stand Up Survivor. Just scrolling through Facebook one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't know anything about it, but then I saw that they sold shirts, and I bought a shirt from them
Yeah.
to support them. And I've rocked it on Instagram. It's on there. And then I actually became a supporter of Stand Up Survivor. And that whole mission statement just really
Resonated with you.
it does, because they're just trying to educate and empower women on what's going on.
Yeah.
They do stuff with schools, churches. I give $5 a month to be a part of like this survivor group. So I'm in an exclusive group on Facebook. I get like access to training
Yeah.
videos and all that kind of stuff. I don't see much activity. I think it's very new. It's a very new concept, so I don't see much activity with it yet.
Yeah.
But Stand Up Survivor is very active on social media. She does lives almost every night. They actually featured me as their Survivor of the Week not too long ago.
I think I saw that.
That was really great. That got my blog a lot of views. I think I got like 200 in a day.
nice.
Which
nice.
isn't a lot for some people, but for me, it's like a small blog. Yeah, that's great. 200 views in a day.
Yeah.
I got a lot of great comments. I did get one though that I didn't really like so much, but it's not like I
Don't
didn't like
focus
it.
on it. Don't
No, it's not
focus
like
on it.
it's not like I didn't really like it, but I didn't like it because I felt bad for the person.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because the picture that I use is my picture that I have
Yeah.
that says I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. I
Yeah.
love that picture. It is a very, I think, empowering picture.
Mhm.
And that's what Stand Up Survivor used.
Yeah.
And the person commented, I am a victim. And I just didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because I
Isn't the whole I mean maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, but isn't
Uh-huh.
the whole like point of that statement to be like it's the glass half full versus the glass half empty. Like the
that's
glass
what
half
mine,
empty way to
yeah,
look
that's
at
what,
it is
that's
I'm a
what
victim.
I said.
the
But
glass half full is that no, I survived this instead of
I think this person just was like, I was a victim and I still am one. And I just didn't know what to say to
Yeah.
that. I didn't like that because this person was hurting.
yeah.
And I couldn't do anything. I was on another end of the phone.
Yeah.
I was like,
Like you said, you're not like a professional yet. So
I think I commented something and I said, you will overcome this and you
Mhm.
were strong.
gotta be confident.
Well, you have to
gotta
boost
believe in
people. You have to
yourself.
boost people up, though. I mean,
Yeah.
really, I do. I do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time that somebody comments something, it's always like, today I got one. She said I looked fabulous. I'm like, thank you. You were beautiful.
Yeah.
You just got to empower people.
That's fair.
She just said I was fabulous, and the picture I posted was fabulous.
You know what I love to do on
What?
my birthday, and anytime somebody says happy birthday to me, I say happy birthday. They get really
Hey,
confused.
by the way, speaking
They
of
get really
birthdays
confused.
here, speaking of birthdays,
Birthdays.
you didn't come to my birthday party.
I didn't. I told you I probably wasn't gonna come.
I am very upset about it.
I've been very busy, and there's been a lot of
I know.
a lot of serious things going on around here. So
I know, but my birthday was fun.
I'm,
missed
I'm
the
glad it was.
You
I
missed
wouldn't
the
want it any other
piñata,
way.
And you missed a pinata too. You missed a pinata. This is the funniest thing. We got a pinata. It was a pineapple, and I don't even like pineapples. It was
That's why you were beating it down.
Yes. So funny thing. It was filled with shooters and condoms.
Nice.
Yep. Went to the park across the street. Well, not across the street, like across the way. Hung it from a tree.
Oh, nice.
Lewis just like annihilated it.
God damn. And so, what did you guys do with all the condoms and?
I didn't even get a condom. Like people like went and they took them.
Man, people
Shooters
were,
and condoms.
people were
and
fiending. Were they name brand condoms or?
I don't know what Rainey put in there. I have no idea. I don't think they were, but
Yeah.
it was so fun. It was fun. And then we left the rope in there.
Virgins everywhere. Like, what's a condom? Right? What's a condom? Okay. What are some upcoming? What's some upcoming things that like my audience here that hopefully go follow Taylor at everything. She's gonna plug everything in a minute here. But what are some new things that my audience, your audience, can be expecting from you, project wise? Maybe new blogs, other projects. Obviously, you got the fundraiser coming up. What are some new stuff that people can expect?
Yes, so we got the fundraiser. That's one thing. I am getting interviewed by another nonprofit this Friday, so that will be out somewhere. I have no idea where it's actually. I don't know if it's going to be in writing. I have no idea if it's going to be a video. I will figure out for everybody soon. Other than that, I do my weekly blog post. I'm hoping to get back into vlogs soon. I really am. I guess me and Darren were talking about this before, but I guess when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to let Brendan dye my hair.
That'll be sweet.
So,
you only need 8 more. Hopefully, we can get you a couple.
Yeah, guys, go subscribe to Midwest Depressed because if you want to see Brendan dye my hair, God,
She's gonna dye it
my
hot pink.
skin is gonna get dyed. Like, I don't even know. It's not gonna be hot pink. I can't have hot pink hair at work.
You gotta think outside the box.
I had it like purple, but not like purple, like kind of like blackish purple. I guess you could say it was subtle.
Yeah.
And so it was okay. So maybe I'll just do that. Kind of. His bathtub's green. Mine's gonna be purple. It's. God
So,
damn it.
Any final words or advice? Mental health advocacy. Any.
Recommend doing it. Don't.
Oof, wow.
Don't do it. I will say it is not great. It is not great to do this on your own. How are you gonna understand what's going on if you do it on your own? So I am even going to I haven't started yet, but I'm going to therapy and I'm going to be taking the necessary steps that I need to. And if you are thinking, I don't want to do that, I want to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
If you can afford to go to therapy, just do it. Because it's going to save you so much time and so much heartache and so much grief. Really, it will.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a professional there who is able to help you and make things a little bit easier for you to understand.
Better late than never. Hey,
Exactly.
Tay, said Alyssa Durham.
Oh, I love Alyssa. That's Alyssa that I was talking about earlier.
Okay, cool.
That's
cool.
Alyssa. I
Shout
love
out
her.
Alyssa. Damn, we're like wrapping up here. and
Alyssa,
you're
go
jumping in now.
back and watch it.
Yeah,
Start it over.
All
I
right.
talked about you.
So, okay, that's really cool. That's interesting. I would definitely say, this is someone who wants to go start therapy soon. I know a lot of colleges are offering. I think that's where if I'm going to, because you were mentioning it to me, that a lot of colleges offer free options right now.
They do. They actually offer a lot of free options no matter what.
Really?
I think it is a few times a month, depending on what college you go to. You have to look into it, but it could be once a month, could be twice a month.
Yeah. And if you're not in college, there are other options for you as well.
There are other options. There are other options. I really don't like doing it over Zoom. Oh, Alyssa, I love you too. I love you, Alyssa. I really don't like getting to know somebody over Zoom, or text, but there is a great app called BetterHelp.
Yeah.
That if you need a cheaper option, I think it was like $65 for the month.
Yeah.
That was without insurance. I don't know if they take insurance. I have no idea. I kind of looked into it, but then I didn't follow through because my dad said he was going to pay for my therapy.
There you go.
Plus I have health insurance. So I can do it that way. But if you guys
Gotcha.
are looking for a cheaper option, using that app BetterHelp might be something that you should look into because it will be cheaper. It's over the phone. Sometimes people get anxiety when they have to talk to new people face to face.
Yeah.
So, there's
You know,
a
it's weird.
good
I get it
option.
the other way around. I hate calling. I hate fucking calling in to order a pizza, but I will gladly invite strangers to my home and have them do an interview with me the first time I'm meeting them. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird.
I met you for the
fucked up.
first time in my hot tub, so I mean,
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just meet people in person, I guess, as
Yeah.
opposed to over the phone.
yeah.
Other than that, why don't you plug your stuff real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap this show up.
Alrighty, awesome. Remember, you guys can find me on Tay Hegeman blog, which is my actual blog. That's lengthy posts, so you gotta have a good attention span. Other than that, you can find me at Tay Hegeman blog on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And then you can find me at Midwest Depressed on YouTube and Instagram.
Awesome. I want to say thank you to everybody who is with us in the live chat, as well as thank you guys to whoever is, if you're listening to this on Spotify and it's a day or two later, if you're just finding this now over on YouTube, that's cool too. I also want to say thank you to our patrons, because you guys, I just dropped a new video exclusive on our Patreon, so thank you to you guys. Really appreciate you guys helping the channel be what it is. And we've got a new one there as of like last week or 2 weeks ago, Justin. So shout out to Justin. And yeah, thank you to Kenosha Auto Insurance for sponsoring this episode. I will see you guys next week for episode 62.
Wow.
Peace.